You know what I mean? You can always do something. If your ankle is sore, well, is your arm sore? What's the problem? Do what you can. People use things as an excuse, you know what I mean? Okay, something's off, so I can just chill on everything now. But it's important not to do that. You know what I mean? You've got to focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do, because that will consume you. If you focus on what you can do, sooner or later, you're going to be able to do absolutely everything. There's always something you can do. All the time. So it's just about finding it, being honest with yourself, and fucking doing it. Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it. That's what I was talking about with Ariel. I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time. I didn't train at that time. Don't eat this. I ate that. Don't drink that. I drank it. And these all just infiltrate my mental strength.
Just little kind of defeats.
Exactly, little defeats instead of wins. And it just culminates into, and you just don't want to be here. So I'm just figuring myself out like I've never figured myself out before.
I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind. To regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind. But me, I have found it.
I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money, but I have a healthy obsession with making it. So it's all good.
Your lack of commitment is almost an insult to the people who believe in you. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I said, there's people who believe in me. So this is what I'm telling myself right now, today. There's people that believe in me. And me having this half commitment, it's you know, it's going against it.
It's not who the fuck you are.
It's not who the fuck I am. It's not what my people. It's not what the people who believe in me deserve. And I want to give back to the people who believe in me and give them that belief, you know, and prove that belief correct.
The Irish mentality is when you're finished school, if you're not going to college or anything, you have to get a job straight away. There's no chasing your dreams and doing what you want to do, you know what I mean? It's get a trade or get in and do a job. So I got the first trade that came my way, which was plumbing, you know what I mean? And I spent 18 months doing that, and I'm looking around on the site and I'm looking at the fully qualified people, you know, bad backs and bad posture and not a good life to live, you know, and I just realised I didn't want to go down that route, you know what I mean? I thought I could do something with my life, and I knew I had the ability to make it in this game. When I walked out of the job, because that's what I left the plumbing, and obviously my mum and dad weren't too happy, you know what I mean? So, but like over time, they saw the amount of work I put in, you know what I mean? No one works harder than me. I'm the hardest working athlete on this island. They see that now. And
anytime I was in the gym, I was happy. You know, whatever's going on in my life, good or bad, I go to the gym, I exercise. Exercise is the best form of medication. I always felt happy after a workout or after training.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. The external is there. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue.
Any true martial artist will know, in order to succeed at this game, you must lose a fucking shitload of times. You know what I mean? You must lose many times, you know what I mean? So we all have the same emotions. We have all won and we have all lost. It's a sport. It is what it is, you know. Just get on with it. Look to learn from it, you know. The day you stop trying to learn is the day you start losing, you know what I mean? So I'm always going to learn, regardless of the result. You know what I mean? Win or lose, I will take something from this.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality.
Patience. Patience is a skill we must master. Patience is one of the most valuable skills a human being must master. And I'm working hard to master it, and I feel I'm getting there. So time will show all of them.
You stare at your past
and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on. People can get comfortable with a win and slack off then. Slack off on the training, slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me, you know. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss.
2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year. Who wears watches to tell the time? I don't wear a watch to tell the time. I know what time it is. It's my time. I don't need a watch to tell me. I own this town. I own Rio de Janeiro. If this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to walk. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July. I am in a league of my own here, ahead of everyone in the game, by a country mile. I am finding it hard to even engage with anyone in the game, because they are not on my level. Not one single individual in this company is on my level. I don't feel pressure. I don't feel pressure. I mean, put more pressure on me, because right now I don't feel no pressure, you know what I mean? I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. All I needed was to get in there once. Just give me one shot and I'll take it home. I'll steal it every time. I felt I was ready. I became bulletproof. I became invincible. Nothing can stop me. Not you can throw anything at me. There's nothing that can break my mindset. I'm bulletproof. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year. I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. All I needed was to get in there once. Just give me one shot and I'll take it home. I'll steal it every time. I felt I was ready. Gratitude is one of the most strongest forms of power in attracting good things. You know, if you truly feel grateful for the things in your life, I always felt grateful for even the small things. I always used to celebrate the small things. Now I might be celebrating the bigger things, but I always celebrate every little good thing that would happen to me in my life. Even before I had any kind of money or any of that, I would celebrate and I would feel grateful for it, and it just gave me more. And this is exactly the same thing that's happening right now. I still remain grateful, and more comes.
I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. What, an Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. The sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me.
I run New York City. I'm a fucking pimp. Rocking Guilty Mick. And without me, this whole fucking ship sinks.
This is the game. We win some, we lose some. I will never shy away from a challenge. I will never shy away from defeat, or you know, this is part of the game. So I'm happy to come out there.
My sister came to me with a book, The Secret, Preaching the Law of Attraction. And I was like, stop. I wasn't interested. I was almost laughing at it. And then it started to resonate with me, like, keep positive and have belief in where you're going. And you can almost visually create your entire world. Not almost, you actually can.
Yes.
You can. And then I was like, I'm going to do that. And then that's when I began to practice it. Like, I would practice little parts of it. Like when we were driving into the shopping mall, I would always visualize that the car park space right at the front door would be empty for me. Yeah. And sometimes I'd get it and sometimes I wouldn't get it. You know, but when I got it, I'd celebrate it like I just won my double world title. You know, and I kept building on that. I became so damn good at it that I was able to go into bouts against undefeated fighters with insane fighting legacies. And I was able to go in front of the world and tell the world, I'm going to knock this man out with this exact shot at this exact time. And I done it back to back.
In the struggle, you know, when things are going good and you visualize these good things happening, you visualize more good things happening, that's easy. What's not easy to do is when things are going bad and you're visualizing the good stuff. And that was what I was able to do. I had no job, no, you know what I mean, or whatever. Didn't know what I was doing. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Still was able to feel like it was. I still was able to go into a different, just like use my imagination, like a kid would use his imagination. I was basically just using my imagination. And when I visualized that, and I swear to God, sitting in the traffic and all, I visualized I'm sitting here holding the steering wheel, visualizing a brand new car and visualizing good things in times of struggle. When you can do that, I think that really makes that law of attraction work. I think it really attracts to you more. You know what I mean? Because that is harder to do. You have a clear picture in your head of something is going to happen, a clear belief in that it will happen no matter what. Then nothing can stop it. You know what I mean? It is destined to happen, and that's what happens. Like Vincent van Gogh, he dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me. But when that gold belt is around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, when my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids have everything they ever want, then it will pay. Then I'm happy I lost my mind. I can be a product of my environment, you know what I mean? If I'm in with the wrong crowd, I just kind of become wherever, you know what I mean? So that's why I like to be isolated, and that's why this has helped me coming out here and being locked in an apartment on my own, because there was no outsiders. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean? Whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday, there was rugby, there was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this and let's engage in this. And I can't do it. People are talking to me and in my head I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life, sequences and numbers, nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. And there's two things I've learned from these past 7 months. Number one is that hard work pays off. And number two is that dreams come true. I don't care nothing about fame, yeah? I don't care about fame. The gold belt is what I want. The 2 gold belts. I was a 2-weight world champion in the previous organization. Now I'm on the big stage at the UFC. I want that featherweight belt and I want that lightweight belt. That's my goal. The money is going to come with that. Don't get me wrong. It's prize fighting. I'm after the money as well. But the money comes with the belt. And the belt is what I'm focused on. I don't care about fame. I'm just curiously fascinated with it.